So hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Qamar. You are absolutely welcome to this channel. I have like a couple of friends who have been asking me like, Qamar, it's been a while you dropped a YouTube video, and some of them actually wanting me to talk about how it's been like settling into my apartment and all of that. And I just thought, okay, rather than just doing a vlog, let me come here and just give you guys a little chat and a little update into how it's been like. I mean, it's been 3 months since I got an apartment, or since I've been in this apartment, and boy oh boy, if I say it's been a journey, like it's been rediscovering, getting to know so many things about myself, about this life of living alone, about so many other things which I'm going to get into. I actually like wrote down things that I thought I'm going to like talk about, but I would just try to remember them right off my head. And let's get into this video. First of all, I'm going to say that when they say that you cannot do everything at once when you move into a new apartment, trust me, you cannot. I came in here with the intention or with the mindset like, oh, I want to do this, let me just do it, let me just do it, let me just do it. If I tell you there's some things that I'm still yet to do right now, and I'm really not like beating myself over it or like not stressing over it anymore, I'm just letting it happen whenever it will happen. I've done so many things since I moved into this apartment, but I'm just also thinking about the stress that comes with it and how it can like affect your mood or your thinking, and you thinking, oh, I want to do this, I want to do that. And of course, it started giving me anxiety and sleepless night. I think one day I was having a conversation with my mom, and she just really told me like, you have to slow down. You don't have to like force yourself. You don't have to overly stress yourself because you want to do something, or because you want to get this, because you want to get that. Like, just chill. When it's time for you to get it, you will get it. Except you have like a money bank somewhere where you have like kept a lot of money, you are not expected to do everything just at once. So it's like a thing that you have to do gradually. So that really like helped me. I started to like take things easy and not to rush into it, because at the end of the day, everything just comes together massively, but it's not a thing that you have to do together, if that makes any sense. For instance, my wardrobe, we paid someone who was supposed to do the wardrobe before I even moved into the apartment, and he kept saying that, oh, it's ready, it's almost ready. We later found out the person didn't do the work. They refunded not even up to quarter of the money. It was just like a messy situation, because the person is also like a carpenter from my parents' home and all of that. We just thought to use him at the time, which quite was regretful. But yeah, now I'm just thinking, of I have to like get a better wardrobe. I have to get like an actual wardrobe. I'm not even going to use any carpenter again. I'm just going to like buy when I get the money. And those are just little things that kind of like stresses you, and you just have to know that you have to deliberately not make them stress you. Two is, guys, if I tell you that one thing I've also realized is loneliness is real. As someone who used to say that I love staying at home, or I love being alone, or not necessarily being alone, but I love my space, I genuinely do not really like going out. And it's so ironic because I do a work that requires me to go out all the time. But as a homebody, like I said, I realized that loneliness is actually real, because most times that I've had to stay back home, it's always like being with my parents or with my siblings and all that. And maybe I'm off social media, or I'm not pressing my phone, I'm probably with them, we're having like a good chat, a good laugh, and all of those things. And me being alone, actually alone now, like nobody. And it's so weird that, because since I moved into this apartment, no friend have actually like visited me. And I think the way they say is like, we don't visit people, they would rarely visit you. And also it's also a thing of me thinking that, do I really want people to visit me yet when I don't even have things like set up properly? But yeah, as I was saying, like, it just really occurred to me how lonely things could get, because you're waking up. Obviously, I'm not even someone that likes to talk in the morning, but you're waking up not to any contact. You're going to bed in the night with no contact at all. And it's so weird sometimes, like, you've already pressed your phone to the extent you've done work that you want to do, you've doom scrolled also, and you're just really tired of all of that, and you just feel like you kind of like need a human contact and all of those things. but it's a thing that I'm beginning to navigate so well. I feel like it was hectic when I just moved into this apartment, but now it's something that I'm managing so well, and it's something that I'm a little getting used to, getting to know myself and connect with myself, because I've taken it as an opportunity to like connect with myself and know myself deeply, and if that makes any sense. So yeah, another thing that I've also been working on is I feel like getting an apartment and living alone and staying alone, it can really like let you into your shell in such a way that you are just always like conservative, you're just always to yourself and boxed. I'm struggling with the word to use, but if you get what I mean. And now I'm deliberately trying to make efforts to do things that I genuinely enjoy, or things that genuinely excite my soul. As someone who work in media and all of those things, hosting and all of that, it's something that I enjoy, obviously, right? I enjoy my work. I love doing what I do. But I feel like the way other people will see it as a playground or as an enjoyable moment when we are working, or when they see it from the exterior, it's like different way that I see it. When I'm working, I'm in my work sense, and it's like a different personality from the regular Qamar. And I don't count that as play, even though I enjoy what I do. So now I'm trying to constantly make efforts to do things that I genuinely enjoy outside of work. It could still be like me going for events, but it would not be like me working. It's a different thing. Like, it's more like I say that I enjoy banking, right? And I work in a bank. If I work in a bank, I'm going to work in a bank. Work is different from having fun, if that makes any sense. So now I'm just currently trying to do things that I genuinely enjoy and things that excite my soul. I want to hang out with friends more. I want to connect more, meet people, go on brunches and all those things, like all those interesting stuff, and just really be present in life and not just live every day like on survival mode. So that's one thing I'm trying to do also. Another thing is, nothing prepares you for the financial shock you're going to get moving to a new apartment. I've had to like think crazily since I moved into this apartment, especially for someone like me who is not working, quote unquote salary job. It's crazy because I have to like do a lot of financial work, or financial mental work, if that makes any sense. Like, I have to constantly pocket watch myself, if that's the word. At a point I was thinking, I think when I just moved into this apartment and I was ordering food, sometimes still now I still order food. Like, I can say that since I moved into this apartment, it's been 3 months. I don't think I've cooked up to 10 times or even 7 times. And sometimes I'm just thinking to myself, like, is this a wise decision? Because maybe when I run low on cash or money, sometimes just thinking, oh, the way you spent money, oh this, oh that. And I'm just beginning to understand that I cannot necessarily beat myself up over these things, because it's a hectic process just getting to a new place, having to settle in, getting used to the life of bills, something that you don't do before, having to cater for yourself morning, afternoon, night, which was not so before, because obviously at home before I eat whatever it is that is being made at home. But now having to like do all those things myself, there's transport, there's clothing, there's laundry, there's so many other factors that comes into it. So it has now brought me to a place where I'm financially conscious. I'm not necessarily there, I'm still really really lagging, but then I'm making effort to be financially conscious now. I'm quite conscious with my savings, I'm quite conscious with the way that I spend money. I'm also trying to get used to the cooking life. The funny thing is, I actually know how to cook and I love cooking, but I also find it stressful, if that makes any sense. And the weirdest thing is, like, every month end or beginning of the month, I always go do groceries where I buy foodstuffs and all those things. I have literally anything that I need to make a good food at home, but I just find it tiring, like, to get into the kitchen and make food sometimes. And I don't have a fridge yet where I would say like I would one day batch cook and put inside the freezer or something. But it's just a thing where I'm just getting used to, just learning to pay attention to my finances, because now, whether I like it or not, bills has to be paid, rent has to be saved for, and lifestyle has to still lifestyle. Another thing is I'm also learning to live healthy. Obviously, I wouldn't say that I don't live healthy before. It's not like I take alcohol or anything, but I feel like because you stay alone now, there's so many factors that you have to really pay attention to yourself. Don't mind that little noise, there's some kids playing around. So you have to deliberately pay attention to yourself now, know what works for you, know what doesn't. I'm quite like self-aware to the point sometimes, like I know these are food that makes me nauseous. That's why I really do not take swallow, because any swallow I take, it kind of like makes me nauseous. And even though I don't really take that even from my parents' house, but now moving into my apartment, there are some things that I'm learning, like, oh, I don't take this in the morning, or I don't take this in the evening. Like if I do it, like it kind of just messes up my mood. And now I'm beginning to, like, for instance, take lemon water when I get back from a stressful day, or trying to like just stay hydrated. I'm also like very into my skincare now, because at the same time you can't just look like what you're going through. Because I just moved to a new apartment and all of those things, I necessarily do not have to look like what I'm going through, because obviously I also work on TV and it's very important to look good on TV. So I started like doing my skincare again, even though I've abandoned it for a while. And the funny thing is that people still come on YouTube and still ask me like, what are you using for your skin? I'm just like, child, I'm not doing anything. Like, yeah, I also want to start going to the gym, but it's quite expensive. Maybe not expensive, but because of my financial state right now and all of the things I'm still trying to balance, I've not been able to accommodate that. And because of the nature of gyms around my place, how much is it, 60k and all of those amounts? So I still need to carefully be able to balance my life before accommodating all of those things, so it doesn't strain me on my neck. And me trying to go on a little bit of weight gain journey, I've been taking oats and all of those things. It's just about me necessarily paying attention to myself and what works for me, what doesn't work for me now. And I think that's pretty much about it. I'm learning, I'm unlearning, I'm getting to know myself, I'm getting to pay attention to myself, what works for me, what doesn't work for me, who exactly am I, what makes me happy, what doesn't make me happy, what do I need to do at this time, what don't I need to do at this time, what's the life like. Also going through adulthood stage where it's just a thing whereby that I'm on my own now. I have to make decisions on my own. Like, I don't have to people please. These people, are they necessarily supposed to be in my life? These people, are they not supposed to be in my life? It goes beyond just like the homework and all of those things. It goes into like your mental work. When it goes to even that, like there are relationships that I know now that this thing is not serving me. I don't see what we are doing together. Like, it's just okay for everybody to go on their own. I feel like it comes with maturity also, to know that not everybody has to like you, not everybody has to be your people, and just about not doing too much and just basking in my soft boy life and all those interesting stuff. I'm grateful. I'm really grateful to God so far. It's been sweet, stressful, a little bitter experience sometimes, but we stay grateful to God. And the way they say it, everybody keeps telling me this, like it gets better with time. And honestly, I will not even lie, I'm grateful to God. Like, it gets better. And I feel like the way they say, like, there are blessings that come with when you move into like bigger stages of your life. There are blessings that have come in for me just by me living alone now, rather than when I was staying with my parents. And I feel like it's the same way they say, like, God blesses you according to the things that you need to cater for, if that makes any sense. So if you're still thinking that you want to take this step, there's really not a perfect time. So if it's something that you'd really love to do, I feel like now is the time. If you're still postponing to next year, what you're going to face this year, you're still going to face it next year. So just do what you gotta do, and it gets better with time. Honestly, it gets really better with time. I wish you guys all the very best, and thank you so much guys for watching my video. Till I catch you some other time, obviously maybe a vlog next. My name remains Qamar. Subscribe, like, share, and goodbye.